you know Nigeria had more oil money than the United Arab Emirates? Nigeria had more oil than Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Why are they rich? Why are they richer? Nigeria's not poor, but why are they richer than Nigeria? Leadership.
Right.
One good dictator over a bad dictator. That's all it takes, one guy. So there's luck involved.
Let me repeat it.
Do you know Nigeria had more oil money than the United Arab Emirates? Nigeria had more oil than Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Why are they rich? Why are they richer? Nigeria's not poor, but why are they richer than Nigeria? Leadership.
Right.
One good dictator over a bad dictator. That's all it takes, one guy. So there's luck involved.
Barrister, did you hear that clearly?
Yeah, I heard it.
Honestly, let me be frank with you. That was news to me that Nigeria is richer in oil than United Arab Emirates in oil. Were you aware of that?
Of course, it's a statement of fact.
Yeah, I know Nigeria is the sixth largest, 6 or 7. We used to be 6. I don't know. There was a time it became 7 or whatever.
That is as far as it goes. The comparison should be broader than that. When you put it like that, if people who don't understand the dynamics, they will just start building their analysis on the fact that we have more oil than UAE, and they are richer than us. They have a whole set of complete dynamics that
yeah.
go into
So
that.
now look at, we are richer. We have, that means in natural resources we are richer than United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates, now they became what they became today just because of management. I think trade. Actually, that is what actually gave them what they are today. Now, look at, you had that man, that man. I don't know who that man is, but he said Nigeria is richer than United Arab Emirates. They have oil, much oil, more oil than United Arab Emirates. But United Arab Emirates is richer than them, richer than Nigeria. Say why? Leadership. Leadership is actually what made the difference and what makes difference in any situation, any administrative situation. Leadership. We are richer. We have more oil than United Arab Emirates, but United Arab Emirates is richer than us. That is it. Leadership. Now, leadership, because we are mismanaging our own wealth. United Arab Emirates, the little they have, they don't have as much as we have, but they utilize their own with good leadership and good management. As a result, what they have, they broaden it and spread their tentacles into other areas of economy that eventually has made Dubai what it is today, and probably the hub of global trade, because Dubai attracts, when it comes to trade, Dubai attracts every part of the world, including the superpowers, economic superpowers. Everybody converge in Dubai for one trade or the other, for business here and there. So it is, I'll call it, I don't know, it's not an official thing, but in my own opinion, I consider Dubai as the capital, commercial capital of the world. That is just the truth. Like we have the World Trade Center in the US or whatever. That is your official or whatever. US is when it comes to finance. US is the hub, is the center, or US dominates. But when it comes to, in my own judgment or opinion, technically, honestly, Dubai, I consider Dubai as the commercial capital of the world, because Dubai attracts the highs and the mighties in trade globally. Barrister.
Yes, truly, Nigeria has more oil than UAE. But before I come to that, and I wholeheartedly agree that the problem of Nigeria is leadership. We have talked about this on your show repeatedly. There's no visionary leadership in Nigeria, and that is the contrast with Dubai. Let me give a brief history. The whole thing you see, Dubai and UAE, in just a few decades from 1960. The Khalifa, he studied economics in UK and came back. He didn't want to be the ruler of the UAE. He wanted to be the ruler of Dubai. But he didn't win. He didn't get, he did get to be it. I mean, the ruler of, he wanted to be the ruler of the whole UAE. But they could not give him. So he said, okay, let me go back to my village and make my village rival the rest of the country. And you know, UAE is an amalgam of 12 emirates.
Yes.
Dubai is just one of them.
Yes.
Dubai in particular has no oil. Do you know that Dubai does not have
Yes,
oil?
I'm aware of that.
The other emirates that have oil, when you hear of UAE having oil, it is mostly the other emirates. This is a total desert. So this man, with his vision, said, since I lost the emirship of the UAE, let me go back to my village and make my village rival the rest of the country. So he went back to Dubai. And with his vision of setting things, the first thing he did in Dubai, let us set the currency exchange rate permanent. For the past 30 years, the dirham of Dubai has been fixed at 3 dirham to the dollar. So any person doing business, you plan even the next 20 years, you take into account the no fluctuating foreign exchange in Dubai, because you can plan your business in the next 10 years at the exchange rate of 3 dirham to $1. That's one of the principal things that he did that started bringing people into the desert. And then they did so many things. Planning, they planned the whole city into cities, sports city, health city, medical city, this one, and then started attracting people. Today, if you are architect, if you are a civil engineer, whatever profession you belong, if you have not gone to contest in Dubai in your profession, you have not done anything.
Yeah.
Architects, every year, there is a special award of the best design of building that all the architects of the world are open to. Design the best building and they get very big monetary award. So you see all those designs, all those buildings. This is a person with a vision. Dubai now has eclipsed all the 11 emirates of the UAE. But come back to the position of money, whether they are richer in terms of per capita income. But the whole 12 emirates of Dubai will fit into one state in Nigeria. The whole 12 emirates. They are a very small country. The population, the indigenous population is not up to 3 million. The people you see in Dubai are all foreigners. Coming from workers and foreigners coming from others. So when you have a very tiny population and you have oil, you are able to apply it to almost the whole population. One other example is Libya. Libya had a very small population and plenty oil. And Gaddafi, who was a visionary leader, had to apply that. They built houses for every single individual in Libya because of the small population relative to the money they were getting to oil. When you come to Nigeria, some of those things, you cannot do it here because of the sheer size of the population. But again, their system of government is a dictatorship. There's no opposition. There's no vote. There's nothing like that. One man rules. But fortunately for them, the one man is a visionary and patriotic leader. So he does things for and in the interest of the state. Now, when you come to Nigeria, we do not have that kind of leadership. All we have are thieving people getting access to power, stealing their way out of power and retiring with their wealth. With their acolytes and agents and supporters, they have bled the country dry. So that is principally, even with our large population that we have, which is also an advantage against Dubai, because we have cheap labor. We don't need to import people to labor like Dubai imports people from all over the world to even drive taxis to do anything. We have the labor. We have apart from oil, we have natural resources in terms of minerals and everything we have that will make the country great. The only thing remaining is to put our acts together, to have a person with a vision. What will I do to attract the world to Nigeria? What will I do to maximize the potential of our people? Today, Nigerians are running from Nigeria. The best trained doctors, engineers, and they are doing Japa, they are going to other countries. Whereas Dubai is attracting people, the best people to them. Our own best are leaving the country. How do you expect our country to grow when your best are leaving? On the other hand, see Dubai, the best all over the world are coming there. So you see, it is a big contrast. Leadership has made the difference between a tiny country that has got the attention of the entire world, a tiny desert that has got even today, if you go to Dubai, you stand on one-story building and see the sand, not far from Dubai. The sand extends to as far as you can see. There's nothing there apart from desert. But it has attracted the attention of the whole world to it because of one single person with a vision.
A vision. Yeah. Yeah, that is it. You see, this is the reason why, for those of you who think democracy is still better than any form of governance, this is another example. You just said it all. All you need in an autocratic system of governance, because that's the, whether you call it dictatorship or whatever you call it, whatever. Honestly, that is my own choice of governance. Honestly, democracy, especially for Africa and Africans, it's not for us. Especially Nigeria in particular, it's not for us. It's not built or meant for our environment. It's a Western way of administration or administering governance. That is just the reality. It's not our own way. I believe in this. All we need is just one man with vision, like you said, one man with patriotism, one man with purpose, one man with selflessness, because it takes selflessness and empathy and sensitivity to be a leader who will go all out to do everything for his people and make the country great. That is just it. So this is the kind of one man that we need. One man, just one man. As against a democratic setup where you have this one man with all these qualities, but you have shenanigans in the Senate, in the House of Rep, in the judiciary. You just have shenanigans all over the place. Who will pose either as danger or sabotage or frustration or a kind of an impediment in the way of this one great man who is out to do, who really intend to do the right thing. This is one of my major or several reasons why I detest democracy. All we need is just one good man or even one good woman, for God's sake. And that is just it. This is the best. This is the only way. That is, honestly, this is the only way Nigeria can be pulled out of where we are today. No democracy can actually transform Nigeria. No democracy. It is practically impossible. You and I, you have expatiated, you have spoken in-depthly about the dynamics, the negative, the odds against Nigeria's success. That is just the dynamics are just it is unquantifiable. We talked about so many things. We have religious sentiments. We have regional sentiments. We have tribal sentiments. We have whatever sentiment you want to name. It's embedded. It's massive in Nigeria. So tell me, how can a democratic system take care of us or pull us away from where we are today and make us better? It obviously cannot. So we need, whether you call it autocratic or dictatorial system. I don't care, whatever you go, but all I want is a system where one man calls the shot, gives instruction, gives orders, and his orders are carried out. No crazy house of rep or house of senate will go debate and begin to shut down his good intentions. No. So that is just it. Anyway, it's so sad. Look at, for God's sake, Dubai. As at 20 years ago, Dubai, nobody knew Dubai. Dubai became Dubai, I think, about in the 90s. I think, what am I talking about? Late 90s, right? Yes, I think.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Yes, late 90s. It became Dubai. Forgot. Nobody knew what Dubai was. Nobody knew. Look at them, for God's sake. Everybody now, the same Nigeria that is richer, that has everything, but more natural resources, but much more than Dubai, bigger than Dubai in all ramifications. The same Nigeria, everybody they just to, everyone just to. If you have not visited Dubai, you've not even started anything. No matter how rich you are, no matter how big you are, no matter how wide traveled you are, if you have not visited Dubai, you've not started anything. Even Dubai now ridicules us and chases our people away. Last year they even stopped. They just banned. You can imagine. Disgrace.
Up till now, the visa issue is still.
Up to now, are you serious?
Yes, up to now they have not lifted the ban.
Can you imagine? Just because of leadership problem we have.
Let me give you an example. The first time I went to Dubai, there's a company, a real estate company called the First Group.
Yeah, I think you've given me that gist before. Yeah.
I went to their office. There were about 100 people who came to buy properties, and 98 of them were Nigerians. That's the extent that Nigerians were stealing from their country and running.
Honestly.
And the report came up that in the space of 4 years, Nigerians had invested over $7 billion in buying properties in Dubai.
Of course. What do you expect?
And all this money came from stolen funds. It's not people who did business and wanted. It's public officials stealing funds and going to acquire properties in Dubai. So now we have become an embarrassment to Dubai. They are able to block us from coming there, block our airlines from flying to Dubai. So you just see the weight, the bigness of Nigeria and the tiny Dubai now detecting to Nigeria, simply because we cannot get our act together.
No, Barrister, hold on. I think they have this issue of flight. They have said because when I booked for flight, the truth is because Emirates is my favorite flight. It's my favorite. I usually use either Emirates or Qatar. The last time I traveled to Nigeria I used British Airways actually, and that was because British Airways their first class then was I think the not among the lowest, but at least reasonable. I could afford it then. A sort of then. The Emirate was about $18,000 then. A sort of but honestly, this is I don't know. I wanted to book a flight. When I wanted to book a flight, Emirates they've started flying Nigeria. Even about a couple of months, I think in January or so. was in January or December. I tried booking a flight to Nigeria or whatever. The Emirates have started flying to Nigeria. I think they have settled with the airline thing. I think they've settled that. I don't know. I just go find out. I think I'm sure because initially they were not or whatever. When I booked for Qatar Airline in May last year, because Qatar was the flight I booked. It was because Emirates was not flying Nigeria then. That was why I used Qatar. So as at December, either December or January, I tried doing that, whatever. I think it went through. So obviously they've started. I think they've settled their problem with Nigeria, and so that is just it.